forgetting to press play. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go here now and I'm going to say new.
You're selecting K.
No, you don't have to select anything.
Okay.
You can just press there on new. And then you'll see it highlighted blue. Then you can immediately start typing to rename it. So I'm just going to call this training Unipanel. There we go. And you can press anywhere else and then
And it saves it.
And it saves it automatically.
Okay.
Now we need to go and edit this.
So you double click on it.
No, you just select it and you say there, edit.
Okay. Alright.
This is now the editing page. Here I can now go and control how my dimensions look, what I see, how I see it.
Right.
So I'm going to go through all of these options with you just to show you what all of them does. It's not a lot of options, but it's quite powerful still. So this line, if you deselect or select something, for instance that line yes or no,
Yeah.
you'll see that it gives you an example on the left on what it does. So set that quickly to no. Then you'll see
I see. Okay.
it removes
It
those
shows
lines.
the dimension lines. Right.
Correct. So you can switch that on or off
Activate and deactivate.
if you want to see it or not.
Say yes or say no.
You see this fixed scale. This is going to come up a few times now.
Does that become busy when the designer is busy with a lot of internal walls? I noticed that like if you're busy with a lot of internal walls, then if you leave your dimension lines, it becomes busy in the eye.
It becomes very cluttered. Yes.
Okay.
That's why we can set this up so that it doesn't get so cluttered.
Nice.
Now, you see that fixed scale option?
Yes.
We're going to be seeing this quite a bit now. Make a note of this, please. Never, ever tick fixed scale to yes. Must always be no.
When do they use the fixed scale?
That's for when it gets sent through to drawings and such and gets printed.
Okay.
The reason for this, let me actually show you quickly.
Yeah.
So if I take this now and I send it through to drawing, then my drawing plan looks correct. See there, all my dimensions looks fine and such. But don't stress about what I'm going to do now. I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing here later on.
Okay, so you can edit from that as well. You can hide.
Yes, but I'd rather prefer doing it there just to show you that. If I set that fixed scale to yes, do drawing. Now check what happens. It completely messes around with the dimensions of the font style. No matter where you've put fixed scale on, because the scale that we have here is a lot smaller than the scale of what we have on our design. So we fixed the font size on that instead of allowing it to resize according to what the scale is here. So wherever there is a fixed scale option, always say no. Even if it sounds like a good idea to set it to yes, keep it on no. Okay. Then we have lines and arrows. So lines and arrows are quite fun. I can now go here and say with my line width, I can go and change my line thickness.
What do most of the architects are pointed?
I keep it small. Otherwise, it gets busy.
But I'm saying that the architects basically are point.
Correct. Yeah. So, but you can go and make it as thick as you want. But we usually keep it on half a point or a quarter point. Yeah. Keep it as small as possible. Otherwise, it does get very cluttered very fast. Tick's height. Now check what happens if I modify that bit. You see those dimension ticks on the sides.
Wait 1 second, let me just change mine to 500 and see what it does.
You can just enter here. So it modifies that. Your tick height there.
Oh, you mean the dimension lines in between the... Okay.
If you change it again to 20 or such, it modifies that tick height to the height that you want it.
Or away from it.
Makes it longer or shorter, yes.
Okay, okay.
Then lines extension does exactly the same, but it does it to the side. So you'll see now it's going to extend there past the line.
Okay.
Right. Tail offset, if I modify that quickly, you'll see that it makes these lines here shorter.
Yes, okay.
So it's not on top of your design.
Ah, I see, okay.
Right. Then we have left arrow and right arrow. So I can go and add little arrows to indicate where it's going, where it's starting.
Where it starts and where it stops.
Yeah. So you can go and select there any one that looks good for you.
Close, then open 30. Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Oh, there's quite a few.
Why do they have so many?
Preference
so
of choice.
this is preference to
Yeah.
architectural thing. Ah, okay, yeah. We will, if we're working, we might as well use art.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
That looks quite nice. I usually prefer the arrows.
Right.
And then you just need to go and set it up for the right
What to
arrow
do
as
for
well.
the right end? Okay. Yeah, that's fair because most of the architects do that.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have a center mark. So center marks just adds a center onto your design so you know where your center is.
Ah, brilliant.
Then we have arrow mark size. So that modifies the size of your arrows.
Arrow mark sizes. Oh wow, okay. Arrow mark sizes. Okay, so you, what do you have yours?
You just set it to 100 or so.
It's not so
It
low.
all depends on what you like.
Oh, are you okay? I see what. Okay,
Then we have text alignment.
text alignment. Yes.
So we can now say by alignment, we can go and say, is it horizontal or is it always aligned with the lines?
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to see which one is. Oh, horizontal. What do most people use?
I
Alignment.
usually keep it on aligned. Otherwise, if you keep it on
yeah.
if you keep it on horizontal, you have two dimension lines and then
Yeah, no, this
horizontal. They overlap.
align basically follows.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we have vertical placement, where we can go and say, is it center of the line, is it above the line, outside the line, or below the line?
Oh, okay. Centered. Let's see. What do you normally set?
I just centered.
Centered, yeah. And the same with horizontal.
And then you can go and modify it for your horizontal placement
But
as well.
horizontal is different now. You got at X, okay, because that's horizontal.
Yeah. So you can put it on the corners of the dimension, you can put it center of it, you can put it over it, or wherever you want it. Then we have offset. So if I go and add there a value.
Can I just tell you 1 second? Are they planning to make these boxes a little bit bigger for us because they're really small? Is there any way to zoom into the
To make this a little bit bigger?
yeah, to more readable as such?
Unfortunately not, no.
Have there been any calls for it?
I haven't really checked up on it yet because most of these you can modify. It's just a lot of these setting panels on its own that we can't.
The view windows.
Yeah, these we can't really modify, but like in our layers and dimensions and all those types of things, we can.
Just ask them if, especially with our eyesight and stuff, is really cool.
Yes.
If these boxes can be a bit bigger.
Just a little bit bigger, yeah. So you'll see this offset moves away. You'll see this little dimension here that allocates to radiuses.
Right.
That offset moves that a little bit further away. So if you add their value, you'll see that.
I see zeros close.
Yeah. So that one then will move away. If you
250 and see what it does. Okay.
And that just moves that away a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I see that.
Right. Clearance does exactly the same. Only difference is you'll see it removes the lines from the text. So it makes the line spacing there between the line and the text. Yeah, on all of them.
Further away.
Yes. That we can then go and modify.
Yeah.
You can add a frame around your
your
texts as well.
Oh, so you can wherever you got a radius, you can add a frame. So
but that's with all of them.
Oh,
it does it with all of your dimensions. You can go and change your font style of your values,
Nice.
depending on what you want.
Bold.
You can bold it yes or no.
Okay.
And then you can change that height is the font size
Wow.
that you can modify. So you can change the font size on them as well.
So you average 100 there for most of the
It depends on what you prefer.
Okay.
Then we have fit, hide text, hide arrow. So if it does overlap, it'll hide the dimensions at the back or hide the arrows at the back. So that's just for overlapping. Then it'll hide values if it does overlap with another one.
Okay.
All right. And that's pretty much it. That's how we set up our layer or our dimension style. So we can go ahead there and say, okay, this dimension style, we're going to be now setting up in our layers, which we're going to be doing now. So I'm going to go ahead there and say close. Right. Now, we're going to be going here. So these layer schedules that we're going to be modifying now.
Yeah.
We're going to be creating a new one now, but we can either come and just to give you an idea, this is the page, before you go anywhere, this is the page that we're going to be controlling over. So if I go into my layers here, I can go and filter through all of my different views and modify my layers. What I see, I can tick off what I want to see, how I want to see it and such. Now, you can either do it all of the views at once like this, where you can go and filter through them by going into the layer schedules there, or on any view that I'm in, I can right click on the open screen, properties, layers, and then just that viewpoint's layers will be available there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through, we're going to create a new layer schedule, and we are going to go through then all of the different options and check how to set up that layer schedule.
So now we're going to the layer schedule. Okay, cool. How paramount is this for us to actually, why is this so paramount?
Because this will control what you see.
Okay.
And the main thing is, for instance, if I'm, let's do this quickly, layers. There's my basis image gone. It's still there.
It disappeared.
You just don't see it because of layers. The amount of times that I've gotten support calls from clients, my stuff's missing, I can't see my things, everything's missing, why can't I see my stuff? It's layers. Layers and dimensions are incredibly important, especially for a design perspective, because they can go and hide here and put away everything that they want in layers. It's still going to go through to Screen to Machine Center, but this is where the funny part comes in. Then they go and, let's say they go and hide this cabinet, don't want to see it anymore, and they forget about it, and then they send it through to Screen to Machine Center. That cabinet's still going to go for manufacturing, but then they thought they deleted it, that it's no longer there. So it's incredibly important that you guys understand how layers and dimensions works. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead there again and say new. I'm going to call this training unit panel.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and say edit. No, just press edit again. No.
Oh,
it's there.
You should go back there and say edit.
Okay. It's going to bring you in this. Now this screen you can make a little bit bigger. You can drag it bigger.
Oh.
All right. So now you'll see on the left here, I'm going to show you where all of these views come into play as well that we're going to be going through.
Right.
We have layout general.
Yeah.
Under layout general, we have floor plan view, elevation view, and layout perspective view.
Floor plan view, elevation view, yeah. Okay, right. So those are the three views under that.
Yeah. So floor plan view is the plan view that we are currently in. elevation view is for when we are in elevation view. Now, I'll give you 3 guesses to figure out what layout perspective view is.
Layout perspective view is of the cabinet.
Yeah, but
and
it's...
That's one, and the other part is per cabinet?
No. Layout perspective view...
Oh, the floor plan layout.
No. Layout perspective is 3D view.
3D.
No. Don't ask me why they named it that way.
Well, layout,
I don't know.
Layout means 3D.
Yeah, layout perspective view.
Yeah.
So it's the perspective of the layout, 3D view. Okay. Now, you'll see under all these views, there's more views. So if you open up the drop-down for floor plan view, you'll see there's countertops, plan molding, vertical cross-section, horizontal cross-section.
Yeah.
Now, those views are these on the left. So there's for my countertops.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm in molding and if I'm in cross-section.
Right.
The views that we have here.
Sure. Great.
On the left. All right. Then under elevation view, does the same, but it's for the options that I'm going to have here on the left if I'm in elevation view.
Okay.
All right. So you understand now, every single view has its own little layer setup. Then if we go under assemblies general, that starts coming into play now when I'm inside the cabinet. So your assembly or to face or to end or to plan, that's your face, end and plan view. Molding view is in your molding view. Face section view and case section view is if you're in your section views. Countertop or to front or to side and or to top, that's when we're in our countertop views. And then assembly perspective view is the 3D view of the cabinet. So that's for cabinet specific if I'm inside a cabinet. All right. Then we have parts general. That's the same, but this now goes for my part views.
They almost made it like a human anatomy sort of stuff.
Everything's in a drop down. Everything has its subfolders, its header, and then its parts underneath.
Yeah. So
for instance, you have your hand and your fingers. And then underneath your fingers, you have your nails.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty much the same concept, yes. Now, the last 4 that we have here is assembly sheet, wall elevations, part sheet, and plan sheet. They work a little bit differently.
Assembly sheet, wall elevations,
part sheet,
those 4.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll see even if you click on them.
Yeah.
Just click on it again. You'll see it looks a lot different. Sure. So I'll explain to you exactly what those does when we get to that. Right. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to do this quickly.
We're focusing on layout.
We're going to start with one, and then we're just going to go through it as we go along. I just want to add a cabinet quickly of every type, a wall, floor, and a tool. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
It's just so I can show you actually what controls.
What did you do? A base unit, a wall unit, and a tool unit?
Here's my... Yeah, a floor, wall, and a tool unit. Where's my... My dimension is completely gone. That's weird. No, my schedule that I created is gone. Schedule. There we go. Shouldn't be. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to start with now is floor plan view. Now you'll see if I'm in a view, in my floor plan view, and I go and open up. And I go and open up my layer schedule.
Right, the new schedule we made.
Yeah,
right.
And I say edit. It immediately opens up the view in my layer schedules of where I currently am. So go into where you edit it.
Second, yeah.
Edit.
And you're going to edit.
Then you'll see it immediately opens up floor plan view.
Yeah.
Because I'm currently in floor plan view.
Right.
Now if I go and I say elevation view.
Right.
So you can close that quickly just to show you. Close that. Go into elevation view. Now go back into your layers and dimensions. Yeah. Edit. No, press edit again.
Oh.
Because you see, if wait. If you click on it when it's highlighted,
yeah.
it wants to rename. That's
Okay.
why it's not selecting edit. So press on edit again. There we go.
Then it opens.
Now you'll see it opens up immediately. Elevation view.
Yeah, okay, because you're in the designated
Because you're in the designated field. So if you're ever unsure of what a area is called or a view is called, go into it, go into your laser dimensions and it'll tell you. Elevation view. All right. Makes sense.
Okay, cool. So even if I did stand, for example, let me just do this. Just if I stand on that
and you go into
and
layers,
go into that, it automatically should be right here. Okay.
It'll show you layers for perspective.
Yeah,
layer perspective.
Yeah. So it goes okay, cool.
It goes immediately
now
to
I
the
understand why it's got all its presets. As long as you can be found at any point of
Correct. So what we're going to start with is you can go back to your plan view quickly. Go and open up your layers and dimensions. No.
Sorry.
Don't select it again. It's already highlighted. Just say edit. Yeah. There you go. Now we're in floor plan view. Now I can go here on the right. Now I'll see there's walls, peninsula walls, wall ends, floors, ceilings, moldings, countertops, and everything else that is visible on plan view.
Yeah.
Now I can start going switching on and off what I want to see, how I want to see it, if I want to see it, and what happens with it. Now first thing you'll see next to all of these options.
And see what it does.
You'll see there's a little globe.
That's for under lighting, eh?
No. There's a globe and there's a pencil.
Yes, under walls.
Yeah, you'll see all of them has a globe and a pencil next to it. What this little globe does is it switches it off for view or not. So if I switch my walls off here, you check here quickly. I switch my walls off. I say, okay. Gone is my wall. Okay. So that just switches the view for it off.
Right.
So that it's still there, I just no longer see it. So if I go now and I switch that little globe on again,
it reappears.
I'm going to refresh it, and there's my wall back.
Okay.
Right. So that little globe on all of your different viewpoints here controls if it sees it. So for wall ends, for floors, for ceilings, for molding, for whatever.
So white bulb means off.
It means it's off. If it's yellow, it's on. If it's white, it's off.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Then you'll see there's a little pencil next to the globe.
Yeah.
So what this pencil does is it controls if it gets sent through to your drawings for your templates for your presentations. So if I switch this little pencil off for my walls, you'll see now it's still in my design, still there. But as soon as I go and say to drawing, which we're going to be getting to a little bit later, it removes my wall completely. So using that, you can control what gets sent through to your drawing templates and what your clients see. All right. So that little pencil controls what gets sent through to drawing. Okay. Easy way to remember it, a pencil is used for drawing. Controls it, does it go through to drawings or not. All right. Then that little blue box.
Yep.
I can now go and control what the color of my walls are. So if you want to work with red walls, I can switch it on to use red walls.
Or whatever color preference.
So you'll see now there mine's now red. Right. Just depends on what you prefer.
Sure.
All right. Then this little line, you can, okay there.
Okay, so each item you can basically change.
You can change your line type. So if you don't want to work with solid lines on your walls, you rather want to work with stipple lines or however, or your line width, you can modify it then. All right. And then on walls, I can't do anything itself. I can't go into walls because that's just the name.
That's just the name.
Yes. But there are areas that we're going to be able to go into that sub item and modify it further.
So these are all fixed parameters.
Yeah.
That you can't change.
It just tells you that's for the walls. That's for peninsulas.
Walls are called walls throughout the wall.
Yes. Right.
Peninsula island. I mean, that's a normal name for islands.
Peninsula wall. It's for your invisible walls. Yes. So now you'll see that we can go and control what we see and send through to drawing and the colors and the viewpoints of everything for walls, peninsula walls, wall ends, for our floors, for our ceilings. But now you'll see molding is in bold.
Yeah, I see that.
As soon as an item is in bold, it means I can double click on it.
Oh.
Gives me more options. So now I can go and control specific types of molding that I want to see or not. I don't want to see applied molding, I don't want to see baseboard, I don't want to see casing, or however, or I do want to see them, which you can then go and control there. All right. Then we have countertops, base assemblies, upper assemblies, tall assemblies, vanities, and toe assemblies. We can control all of them individually. We can give all of them their individual colors, view all of them individually, or even change the line thickness and types of them all individually for your base, upper walls, and your tall units.
You can designate it for different, okay.
Yeah. Right. So if I want to see my base assemblies in yellow, I want to see my upper assemblies in green, I want to see my tall assemblies in red, I can give them all those colors. Okay. Let me just refresh it quickly.
I mean, generally refresh, you've got to go back out.
Yeah, you can just go and swap, swap between two. Now there I know, okay, yellow, that's a base assembly. Green, that's a wall assembly. Red means a tall assembly. Other than all of them looking the exact same color, and you can't designate which one is which from the plan view. This way it just makes it a little bit easier for you to see what's what. All right. So there we can modify that as we need. Then we have the option to modify our appliances, our fixtures, accessories, decorations, lights, operations. And then you'll see there's another bold one, primary operations, which means I can go and change my color of unmatched operations. So this is going to come into play now when you start with machine. So let me show you quickly what that does. Currently, mine is set to gray.
Yeah, mine's too.
Now watch what happens here quickly. I'm just going to go into this unit quickly. I'm going to go render mode. You'll see how my connections here shows red. You don't have to worry about
okay, yeah.
As soon as that machining is not firing, so let me do this. I'm just going to change that quickly to 585. Just move it away. See there what happened?
It went gray.
It went gray, which means that's an unmatched operation. That those holes aren't going to machine. It's not going to fire.
It's unmachinable.
There's a problem. There's a gap or there's an issue. So that just shows you then immediately if there's unmatched operations, then you know you need to go and check there. So you can go and make that any color. Go and make it lime green so that it pops out. You see it immediately. Okay. All right. So that's what your unmatched operations does there.
Sure.
Under primary operations, so you can change the color there to whatever you want. Okay. Now remember, this is just for the plan view. Then we have IntelliJoints, which you don't have to stress about. Then we have annotations.
Okay, right.
Annotations we can go in again with as well. Yeah. Annotations, quite powerful. Here, I can now go and control, do I want to see wall labels on the top left?
Object names, yeah.
Do I want to see the object names, object numbers, or stagger object names, numbers? So what that does is you'll see, I don't have anything shown for my cabinet numbers or such.
Yeah.
But if I go and switch that on, I want to see name, numbers, and stagger them. As soon as I switch it on, it gives me object names and numbers. Okay. Then I can go and select how I want to view them. Do I want to view them next to each other?
Right.
They're on the top right.
Yeah.
Or do I want to show the number, then the object name underneath?
Correct.
Right. Then show object drawers. This is quite a nice little one.
Right.
So what that does, let me show you quickly. You just want to check here quickly. If I have a unit that is a 3-drawer unit, just like such.
It shows you from the top view.
So here you'll see now, I don't see anything.
Until you activate it.
But if I now go and say, okay, I want to see my object drawers.
Yeah.
My offset I want in 50 mils, and my increments I want in 25. I'm going to say, okay.
Yeah.
Now it'll show you 3 lines, which means it's a 3-drawer unit. All right. So that is what controls that. And the nice thing is I can even still go and switch off all of my annotations.
Okay.
Takes away all of it.
Sure.
All right. So under annotations, that's what we can do there. And we can also go, if you go into it again, I can go there on the left into font.
Left into font and we can change it. Yeah.
I can go and change my font style.
Oh, right.
Yeah. My text height, I can change, that's my font size.
Yeah.
And then you see that option again, fixed height in drawings.
Oh, it's got a fixed height.
Yeah. Now you remember what I told you earlier?
Yeah.
Never set that to yes. Always leave it off. Otherwise, it's going to do exactly the same as what I showed you earlier. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Then we can go out there. We have dimensions. So dimensions is now where we're going to set our dimension style that we set up previously for this view. So what I'm going to do there is you'll see here on the left, there's my style. Yeah. I can go there to the drop down and then I can select the style that I set up.
Right, in this case, okay.
Training uni pattern. Then we have horizontal line offset,
right.
Horizontal line increment, vertical line offset, vertical line increment, and tail dimensions. So what those four controls is this. How far, if there's multiple lines, how far they're off of each other.
Okay.
How far the first line is away from the wall.
Yeah.
So that just creates those offsets. And then on the right here, it gets a little bit interesting. I can go and control or add.
So, sorry, this is standard now?
Yeah, that's standard.
So you ever change it?
I don't really change it. I don't need to, but you can modify it if you want. If you want to make it a little bit closer or more compact or a little bit bigger or wider or however you need it.
Okay, so for visual purposes, you can change.
You can modify that however you want.
It's set on default. So this
yeah,
is default.
that's pretty much default, yes. Okay. Now on the right, you'll see there's base assemblies, upper assemblies, appliances, wall length.
Yes.
What this does is you'll see, let me show you quickly. On this first line, I have my gap there, I have my base assembly, my gap there, my tall assembly, and my gap there. On the second line, I have my wall assembly and my gaps for my wall assembly alone. The third line, I only have wall length.
Right.
So I can go now there under my base assemblies, upper assemblies, appliances, and wall length.
Yeah.
I can select the base assemblies. I can go ahead and say edit.
Correct.
And now I can go and tick for this line. What do I want to see on that dimension line?
Assembly ends, wall ends, assembly centers, upper ends. Okay, all right.
So you can
control basically
exactly how your dimensions.
So you're basically inputting all in this sort of thing. You're inputting all your mechanical components in you're making this as easy as possible for the fitter as well.
To see, to understand. That's the
They're not going to phone you and ask you, where does the appliance need? It's on the plan.
It's on the plan. Yeah. That's why layers and dimensions are
very important.
Yeah. So you can go and control now on your first line, what I want to see on that dimension line.
Right.
I can go and...
mine just tick these wall ends, assembly ends. Okay, you can tick and untick.
You can tick and untick on what you want to see.
So ends, this, that, assembly
yes.
Line, seam centers, okay.
Right. You can go out of that one.
Okay.
You can go to upper assemblies,
right.
Go to edit. Now you'll see there's just wall ends, upper assembly ends, and window ends.
Yeah,
so that just shows me my upper units. And so you can also now go and move these up or down. So if it's here on top, check it quickly. If that's on top, it's going to be my first dimension line that shows on my plan. The one that's second is going to be my second that views here. My third is going to be my third that views here.
Right, okay.
Appliances isn't showing because there's nothing for it to show. Correct. Now I can use this, move up or down, to say I want to see my upper assemblies
first.
I'm going to move it up so I can see it on my first line. All right. I can go and add new dimension lines as well.
Okay.
To go and add an extra line there for specific viewings or however. I can rename lines and I can remove lines as well. All right. So this is just to control the lines there and what information gets shown on the lines. Okay, makes sense.
Easy.
All right. So I'm going to just say okay there. I'm going to switch that off. Just put my tail dimensions on again. Right. And then we have CAD. So CAD is what then controls if we have CAD functionality or CAD viewings on this, so lines or such. I can't go in there to modify it. I can just switch it on or off.
Change the color, right?
Can't change the color, can't change the line width, just switch it on or off. The reason for this is those colors gets controlled when we add the CAD.
Okay.
All right, so I can't modify this as a whole from the outside. Leica, don't stress about that. It's an external software that gets incorporated with CAD Vision that you guys won't be using.
I saw them using it in the States. They for point-to-point measuring and stuff.
It's for room measuring.
It's actually quite cool.
It's an incredible little thing. It's also
it's not available yet.
It is.
Oh.
Leica has an office here in Joburg as well.
Yep.
It's fully integrated with CAD Vision. It's a Hexagon-owned software as well.
Nice. So you've got to buy the software with the licensing.
It's a camera.
Oh,
it's a camera that
you basically scan the area.
And you scan the room for its dimensions and such.
Cool.
And that you can then pull into CAD Vision for your design.
So you don't need to redraw a floor plan.
Correct.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now, once I've been through all of these items, I can go here to the bottom right. You'll see there's an advanced option.
Okay.
Now, every single viewpoint has an advanced option as well. So you can go into advanced quickly. Then you'll see here now, I have a section here for 2 drawings, where I can now go and basically say, force drawing to black. What this does is, even though I have this colorful view, as soon as I say to drawing, everything goes black. To keep it simplified on my presentations. So you can go and make your design as colorful as you want to show you.
But that's for you.
To show you visually what's going on. And then you force it to black, so it goes black through to my templates. If I switch that off,
it'll give color.
It'll give me my color views.
And that's if you've got a color printer as well.
Yeah, but you can still just print it in black. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So I also have then they include wall hatching. So that's the hatching that I have in my walls. So those little dots or stripes or however, does it go through to drawing? Check for overlapped lines and check for intersecting surfaces. So what this does is as soon as I go and I say to drawing, and it picks up, there's cabinets overlapping, there's lines overlapping for my CAD, or however, it's going to pop up a warning.
Okay.
All right. Then here on the right, I can go and change my background color. So if I prefer working on a green background, I can change it to a green background. You can go and modify that as much as you want. I'm just going to keep mine white. Then on the bottom left here, you'll see there, assembly outlines only. So currently, my cabinets are just showing my assembly outlines. If I go and switch that off, refresh it quickly. There we go. Now I have full architectural view on my units. Now, fair warning, if you have a full design kitchen and they are viewed like this, it's going to slow it down quite a bit. Because it's a lot.
But I mean, you don't need to print that for a client.
You don't even need to see this from the plan view.
Because you can either show the drawings when you
can take a drawing through of just that unit.
Yeah, the open or the close. Yeah. Okay.
So there we usually leave it on assembly outlines only, and then you'll see door swings, outline, or annotation. So
you're saying basically sorry to interrupt you. You're saying to enhance your experience, sometimes just to leave it on the basic functions.
Just leave it on basic view.
When you need architectural, it's there. But don't slow your system down, right?
What we usually do is set up a basic dimension style just to design, just to get your stuff on and such. Now, and then if you want to get a proper view of everything, go and set up. That's why you'll see we have it pretty set up like this as well. So currently, let's say this is my basic design view, but now I need an architectural view. I just go and set up another schedule for that. Just select it quickly, do my 1 or 2 drawings, get my information through. Okay, cool, back to designing, go back to my design.
Right, sure.
And that's it. Right.
Great.
So I'm glad you understand that. But then here on assembly outlines only. Now my thing is completely white, gray. Yeah. Assembly outlines only, this door swings. You see that little square there? It's just to show me how my door is going to look. So outline shows you like that. Okay? shows you an outline of the door. Annotation just shows you a straight line. So now if I switch it on to annotation, just refresh it quickly.
Yeah.
Just gives you a straight line. Okay. So that's just how your outlines look for your doors on your, if your assembly outlines is switched on. Top outlines only. This is incredibly important. If my top outlines only is switched on, let me show you. Just like it. I just want to modify that now because this gray is starting to irritate me now. If I have a countertop built over my floor unit now, I can still see my floor unit underneath.
Right.
Because it's set for countertop outlines only.
Yeah.
But if I go and switch my countertop outlines only off, top outlines only off, just refresh it. Okay, so now it actually shows it. Okay, cool. Looks like they fixed that. Because what it would normally do is it'll hide your base units.
You wouldn't, so you wouldn't see it.
You wouldn't see it.
Okay, right.
Right. So that we can switch on or off. Show curve tessellation, that's to do with radius corners and such, to give you a little bit of extra information on that. Right. And show axis indicator gives you this little axis indicator here.
Oh, okay, exactly where you are.
All right. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's how we set up that specific views layers schedule now. So now what we can do is I'm going to go out of that. Say okay there. Oh, never say cancel.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Because it might divert certain items out. Okay. It's fine for now. You already did it. It's fine, but you can go out. It's no problem. Always say okay. So just say what you did. Now we can go ahead to elevation view.
Yep.
And in elevation view, we can quickly go to layers.
Yep.
Edit. And go into okay, actually, before we actually even get to layers, let's rather do all of the floor plans views first.
Okay.
So let's go back to floor plan view. Just want to change this bloody color of mine.
Back to white.
Because this gray is hurting my eyes. Right. Okay. So one of the views that I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to go check quickly. Under my floor plan view, my next view is countertops view.
So let me go there into that.
There we go.
And floor plan view. And
open up the drop down. No, open up the drop down. Countertop view. So countertop views is when we're in our plan view, check it quickly, and we go into tops.
Yes, okay.
You'll see there my view changes immediately.
Okay.
Right. So my countertops has its own view. So there I can now go and modify what I need to see. Basic principles behind it, exactly the same. It's the same thing that you just do over and over again. Only difference is it's on a different wall. On a different view. So here for my countertops views, I can now go and modify what I need. So for instance, I don't need to see my upper assemblies, so I can switch it off. That's countertops, I just need my base assemblies. So I can switch my upper assemblies, I need my tall assemblies, so I can see where my countertops needs to end. I want to see my vanities, I want to see appliances, whatever and however.
So you activate and you deactivate.
You activate and deactivate what you want to see on that specific view on its own. Then for annotations, works exactly the same. If you double click there on annotation, you'll see it has all of the same options that we had on floor plan view.
Yeah.
Which I can switch on or off if I need to.
Right.
Under dimensions, you can close that one quickly.
Under dimensions,
I have exactly the same options again.
Yeah.
All I need to do here currently is I need to go there on the top left to style. And just select my dimension style.
Okay.
You can go ahead and say okay. Now for my countertops, I have the advanced options at the bottom as well, which gives me exactly the same options.
Yeah.
Right. So all of that, exactly the same options that you can just tick on or off, modify for this specific view. All right, makes sense.
Yep.
Next view we then have under countertops is plan molding view.
Plan molding will be, oh, okay, under countertops.
Yeah, so countertops, the next one down.
Plan molding, okay.
Plan molding view.
Yeah.
So there, plan molding view is for this view. If I'm out here and I go here into molding view, then I can go now and I can go and say what I want to view and how I want to view it, everything in plan molding view. In exactly the same way, there's all my items that's possibly visible.
So you're presetting for each designated topic.
For each designated view.
Yeah, and each designated view.
And the nice thing about this is all of these settings are exactly the same. It's the same pre-setup settings, it's just for your different views. So you can go and say for my floor plan view, I want to see listings this way. On my molding view, I want to see listings this way.
Right.
For my elevation view, I want to see it this way. For my countertops view, I want to see it this way. For this, I want to see it this way. You control each and every section of your view
accordingly.
Yeah. It's, the concept behind it is pretty straightforward. It takes a little bit of time to actually get through it and to set that first.
Well, I think once you've done your first few plans, you'll see what works better for you.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about this. You can
so every designer can modify his or her.
Yes. So the nice thing about this is even if you guys are on a network installation, all of the computers look towards the same database on a server. Your layers and dimensions are still stored locally. So every designer can have their own dimensions.
They can tweak it however
they can do with it whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's a local thing that they set up for themselves. It's specific to that design. It doesn't go and mess around with everybody else's. And the thing with this is, it might look a little bit intricate and detailed if you just look at it for the first time. But as you go through it, you'll start understanding.
Like you said, what works for you.
Yeah, it's actually pretty simple to set up.
Sure.
All right. So with this, you'll see now under floor plan view, it just gives me all of my viewpoints here. So I'm going to okay this quickly, because I'm not going to go through that whole list now.
Yeah, sure.
If you understand the basics of it, you'll understand the rest of it.
Perfect.
It's not that difficult. So under my floor plan view, I'll have tops, molding, and then cross-section views. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. All of these views works exactly the same and has the same options. It's just you'll see on certain sections, you'll have one extra, which is your hardware. So if you go there into vertical cross-section.
Vertical cross-section, and you said hardware?
Hardware.
Yeah, okay.
There on the right. It's in bold.
Yeah.
So there I can go in and I can deselect specific hardwares that I don't want to see or not. Same as what I did with my molding, just with hardwares. So I don't want to see my casters, connectors, draw guides, finger pulls, or I want to see my draw guides or my dowels or whatever, and in what color I want to see my unmatched operations.
Sure.
So then if I'm in my vertical view, so cross section, there's my hardware.
Yeah.
So I can go and select what hardware I want to see or what hardware I don't want to see. Right. The rest of the options, it works exactly the same. And the nice thing about this is as well, I'm going to show you the easiest way to set your layer schedule up. I don't have to go here, edit, go through all of these lists periodically, set them all up, do with them what I need to. I can go on the view that I am, right click, properties, layers. Go and make those little changes quickly. As soon as I say there, okay, it saves it back into my main schedule. So if I'm in elevation view and I'm busy designing and I realize, listen, okay, there my dimension styles are wrong. I can right click, properties, layers. Go and find the designated area where I set up my dimensions.
Or the one that looks good for you.
Yeah, and then I just go there and I say...
Can I make you another coffee?
I'm okay.
Just now, okay.
Just finish up with this quickly and then we can maybe take a 5
minute break. Yeah, sure, no problem.
And then I can just go there to my style, select my dimension style, set it up as I need. Okay, okay. There's my dimensions correct.
Right.
And the nice thing now as well is it saves it back into my main schedule.
Yeah.
So if I go there now, there's it already saved.
Good. Nice.
So you can modify this as you go through, or you realize, okay, but on my elevation view, I want to see these cabinets on different colors. So right click, properties, layers. I can go now here, but now you'll see, aha, I can't change it because it shows me all of my information in the units. Or I can go and say, okay, let's see. I want to see my moldings. Let's say I add molding quickly. And I add just a little molding here quickly. So there I see my molding now. But let's say, for instance, now
you see a dimension lines.
I couldn't see my scribes.
Yeah.
There my scribes are gone. I'm designing it, it's there. It's saved, but I can't see it. First place you always go and look. It's layers. Go and check. Okay, let's go and check it there. Aha, scribes are switched off. Switch it on, go back.
It's there.
And there you go. So having an understanding of this is fairly
it's critical.
It's critical, because if you don't understand this, you're gonna call me every 2 days. Oh AJ, listen, I can't find this. I don't know why my basements aren't showing. Why aren't my interior parts showing? Why isn't this showing? And I'm gonna redirect you every single time. Layers. Go check in your layer schedules if that item is switched on and if it's set to be viewed. Alright. So you can
it is a common area for designers
to make that, and it's understandable because it does take some time to set that up as they go on. And like I said, the nice thing is you don't have to go and sit down and set it up once, because it's gonna change as you're designing. You're gonna figure out, okay, this works a little better, that looks better, that works easier. And then you just set it up as you go. Just even in 3D view. I realize, okay, let's go check quickly something. I rather want to see a very good thing for this as well is, let's say I have, just going to delete all of this quickly. Delete. I have a design kitchen. Okay.
Right.
And I have a ceiling in my kitchen. Double ceilings. And I have a few cabinets. Let's just add some floor cabinets. Now I'm in 3D view. I can't see anything. I can just go right click, properties, layers. And I can quickly just deactivate my ceiling quickly. Boom. There I can see. Now I can go and view, okay, all of this.
And you can do the same with a wall.
You can do the same with your walls as well. But
well, a wall or walls.
Or with your walls or such, yes.
Yeah.
So you can go and modify what you want to see. Okay, now I get my view on my plan view. Now I'm ready. Okay, I made a change there, made a change there. Now I can go and render. Now I can just go quickly back. Layers, seating, switch it on again. Boom, there's my seating. Okay. So layers, it's quite important. But like I said, the nice thing is you can go and modify it as you go. If you see here, okay, but I want to see this a little bit differently. Right click, properties, layers.
Sure.
There's the layers options. Go and modify what you want to see. Or from my section view, I don't want to see my hinges. I want to know they're there, but I don't want to see them. I can go there in hardware, and I can go and say, I don't want to see hinge plates and hinges. Okay, good. Hinges gone. They're still going to manufacture, so if
you just don't see it.
There's my hinges still.
Yeah.
You just don't see it in that specific view. Alright. So modify this as you go. It's pretty simple to set up because you understood the first 3 ones that we did, and the rest of them works exactly the same way. Another example now, my dimension style hasn't been set up yet, which I'm going to have to do for every single view.
Right.
So I'm just going to go and say style training. Okay. And there's my dimension style. Now I realize, okay, but my font's a little bit too big for this. Go to properties, layers, dimensions. I have my style selected, but now the issue is I can't modify it from here. So what you can actually do for small stuff like this, if your style is a little bit too big, you can go and create a new one. Make a copy of this one, call it training part view. or unipanel part view, or however. Just do that quickly. I'm going to call this unipanel part view. I'm going to edit it quickly, and I'm just going to go and change my font size to 50 instead of 100. And say OK, close. Now I can go for this view specifically. I can go and say, I don't want to use my standard dimensions. I rather want to use that one.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Right. And then still, on my other views, I still have my basic one. Because it's a different layer schedule that's set, a different dimension schedule set in that layers view, in that view's layers. Right.
Go back onto the view where you had the 3D. I just want to check something. On the feed, how come it's just showing the one arrow? Because we never set it. You see where it's got the 160?
It's overlapping.
So that's where you got to activate and deactivate.
You remember there in the dimensions where we said here, training unipanel go. This one, edit, hide arrow, yes or no.
So that one is okay.
We just refresh it quickly. Why isn't it coming through? It's supposed to show it now. Just go check. These dimensions, unipanel part view. Unipanel part view modified by it's switched off, so it should show it now. Okay, let me just check something quickly. Is advanced. That's weird. I'll have a little bit of a look at this because it's supposed to show it.
Because you set the
not too hard, but I think it's because the space here is too. It's not enough. So let's do this quickly. I'm going to go here.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to go there. Unipanel part view, edit, and I'm going to make my arrow mark size 35. Okay, close.
There it
shows it now.
Yeah.
Because it's too big.
So the arrows is too. The setting was too big.
The arrows were too big. Yes.
Okay.
Now, just remember one thing. Your plan view, elevation view, your big views. So your plan view, elevation views, your views here, and your views here are pretty easy and straightforward.
Right.
Your smaller views like this. So this will be then your, just to show you, that's going to be your assembly face section view. So these under assemblies general might not look like they have a lot of information here. However, they do have a little bit more information under specific things such as annotations. It works a little bit differently. So here I can see show door draw numbers, show end types, so that finished, unfinished. Show unfinished ends, just to make sure that it does show the U. I have under my dimension styles, that works the same, but here I have show object depth. So I can go and say there, okay, and it shows me the object depth as well. Right. So with your assemblies view specifically, there are a little bit extra things, especially also under advanced. So these were grayed out on your plan, elevation, countertops, and everything views. However, here
it's activated,
visible. So here I can say hatch case parts, hatch internal parts, so that it adds hatching to the parts, which I wouldn't advise to do because it does slow down character vision quite significantly. But you can go and modify them there as well. Main thing.
Or you use it when necessary.
You can use it when necessary. Set one up for designing, to send through to drawings or such that you can just flip through if you need to. But the main thing with dimension styles, and I can go and do this training with you now, I can go through every single view, piece by piece by piece. If you don't physically go and say, okay, let's go down. I'm going to switch this off quickly. Let's go see what it does. I'm going to modify this quickly. Let's go see what it does. Play with it around like that. Find the groove that works the best for you, what looks the best.
Right.
And honestly, the main thing with the layers is modify. See what happens. Switch things off, switch things on. See, go and check what it changes. That's the easiest way to, especially to remember what these things
that's a vital point, yes.
But also, main thing with this is If ever you're in a view and it's not showing something that you're sure it should, layers. That's where you always go and check first.
Right.
Right click, properties, go through all of the layer options quickly, check what looks off or what might be hidden, and then just go and modify the look. For instance, on my annotations.
Mm-hmm.
Switch it now. Don't switch it off. Annotations, show in types. That's off. Just get out. Why are you still showing? You're not supposed to be showing. So, for instance, I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact, there should be an F, there should be a U to show my unfinished ends. First place I go check. Let's go and have a look quickly in layers. I'm going to go to annotations. So annotations is always your writing and such on your cabinets to give you the information. I'm going to go check out annotations. Aha, my end types are off. It's back. Okay. So if an item isn't viewing like it should, check in layers. That's 95% of the time that's where the issue is coming from. Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's extensive.
It's extensive. It's very extensive, but I would advise.
But it's proper.
The layers and dimensions are most likely the most difficult part of today's training. So rather take that extra bit of time, because I won't say I'm very heavy on it during the test, but it's important for you to understand.
Muscle memory, just memory.
It's muscle memory, it's practice. That's why I say rather take 2-3 hours. Go and play around with it. Go and create a layer schedule, call it test delete or practice. And go and press buttons. And see what happens. Hide this, hide that, put that on. And see what it does on your design. Just get a feel for how that works on your different viewports. And then from there, over time, build your own layer schedule. And then just build it up over time.
Which is the best view to actually play with it? So you remember muscle memory in 3D view or in front view, or
go into that
each one.
Go into that specific view.
Yeah.
Right click, properties, layers. Go and press buttons here.
And I can do the same thing with 3D as well.
You can do the same thing with 3D as well.
Okay, so that gives you actually more to see.
Yeah, but just remember, every single view has its own layers schedule.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do it for every single view. But as you're designing and you realize, okay, but I don't like how that looks, let's go change it quickly.
Sure.
Go into layers, modify it quickly, and that's it. Just build it up over time.
Sure.
That's pretty much the easiest way to do it, because also the other issue is, as much as I would like to go through this whole extensive list now, it's going to take too much time away from what we still need to cover.
Right.
Whereas
so we've basically gone on the basics now. The most important part.
We did.
All of it.
If you understand what we did with this and the floor plan, you'll be perfectly fine with this, because they all work on the same.
Yeah.
It's the same sequence. It's just repetitive. Some of them has.
You're basically activating and deactivating what you want.
What you want to see, and all of them has the same sequence. Some of them has a little bit more, but otherwise some has a little bit less. But the bulk of it is exactly the same sequence. Right. Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Right. I think. Do you have any remaining questions regarding the layers and dimensions? You happy with that?
Yeah, look, I think I'm to the part where I wouldn't say until, like you said, I'm going to play with it, add some muscle memory to it. Yes. But for now that you've explained it, I understand basically most of it.
Right, the basics are there.
Yeah.
And the rest of it works exactly the same.
Cool.
It's just playing around with it, getting your style up with it, because layers and dimensions, same as what most of today is going to be, is a lot focused on user specific. So you need to go and decide, that works for me, yeah, I'm going to do that. That doesn't work, I'm not going to focus on that. So it's a lot of input from your side to figure out what works
in
the best of you.
Sure.
Especially with the renderings and such, like almost everything that we're going to be covering, renderings, CAD and drawings, reports. I can show you the basics of it, I can show you how to do it, but to master it and to actually find the rhythm that works for you with these specific things is kind of comfortable. You're going to have to put time and effort into it to figure out what works, what doesn't, because layer schedules that might work for me, you're going to not like. It's too cluttered, or it's not enough information, or it's this, or it's that, the color, or not. So it's user defined.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. All right. So with laser dimensions, I think we're okay for now. So I think what we can move on to is renderings. Renderings is very fun. It does have a little bit of a pre-setup that we need to get through first, just to get your basic stuff set up. But from there, again, you have to play around with it. You have to see what lights work best for you, what settings works best for you. Question: have you ever played around with photo editing?
No, I haven't. In my years of experience, I've never even done that. Okay. I just haven't had time, or nor have I actually had the
necessity,
the want to actually. I think that's the truth.
Because the nice thing about our pre-setup requisites for the rendering is it works a lot like photo editing. You have your specific sections that you can add your blur, your blue, your lighting, your dithering, all those types of things. So those concepts are going to start sounding a little bit weird to you until you actually start playing around with it, modifying a little bit and stuff like that. Now, with the renderings especially, I can't show you how to make a beautiful render in Camvision. Camvision can render absolutely amazing. I can't, because it's user defined. You set up those settings. You tell it, okay, but I want these settings for this render, and then you save it, and then you use it over and over again. I just haven't had the time, because it takes time to get into that realm to find exactly the settings that works for you, especially with the renderings. I can show you how to set up. I can show you how to where to set everything, but to get it to a render that looks correct for you is going to take some playing around. We have clients that renders
they mastered it.
Absolutely beautiful stuff. It looks almost lifelike. And then we have clients that just does a basic sketch render. It depends on what works for you, what you want. But with a rendering, the more time you put into it, the better your renders are going to look. Because it is going to take a little
Yeah, I think that was a discussion we having. I think because remember we're not selling kitchens, so to speak. So for us to pay, but however we do have customers who say, you know what, can you show us this render with this exact green? And that's the problem with it.
All right, and Camvision can do that. Camvision renders exceptionally good.
Yeah.
It just takes a little bit of playing around with it just to find what works for you.
Fine-tune the settings.
Yeah, fine-tune the settings and getting it to what you expect out of it.
Right.
So with rendering, first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete all of this quickly. Do you have a semi-designed job?
We did the test.
You can use your test. I actually forgot about that one for a little bit. I'm just gonna do this. File close. I'm gonna check it quickly. I think actually I should be able to use this one. Okay, Vision's gonna crash now. Okay, right. So first and foremost, most important thing when it comes to doing renders, your kitchen has to be closed. It has to have walls on all sides, it has to have a floor, and it has to have a covered ceiling.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's why your design on itself was fine, but there's a reason why I said on the test 4x4 walls. Because we use these kitchens for day 3 training.
So if I add the walls on, I put the ceiling, it should be fine.
You can do that quickly. Just cover it quickly, closed with walls, and then just add the ceiling. If that snapping grid is giving you issues, you can switch it off here on the bar.
Okay.
No, switch that. That's
this
fine.
one.
Switch down. Then your snap grid is gone. Then it won't snap so weird on those little balls.
Okay. No, that's what it is.
Just walls to create connection.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you just wanted to create that connection there. Now just click it again.
No, just do that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So now what you're going to do is just, you're not going to be able to do a manually auto sealing now,
right,
because of your weird connection that you have now and such. So just take a normal sealing and just drag a square sealing over it quickly.
New ceiling. I'll just do one a little bit oversized.
Yeah, just cover it on the outside corners. The reason why our kitchens has to be closed when we do a rendering is because Camera Vision takes sunlight into effect. So if you
I was wondering. Okay.
If you leave a wall open or
Yeah.
the roof open, it's going to flood the whole render with light, and it's just going to look ridiculous because Camera Vision is going to think that's a kitchen without a roof, or that is an open wall. So it's always important to keep them open. Okay. Now you'll see. Going to 3D view. Your ceiling is there, which is correct. You can now go and hide it with layers like I just showed you. But for rendering purposes, our ceiling has to be there.
Okay.
And the nice thing is when it gets to rendering, we're not going to be doing anything from this view. So I'm just going to put my ceiling on again.
So that's the reason why you created your different, so that you can have it on, off, and you don't need to. But in this case here,
Yeah. No. Open screen. Don't press on something. Press on the open screen.
Okay.
Right click properties.
And then you go to
Layers.
You go to ceilings.
And then you can go and switch off your ceiling there. No, not the pencil. Pencil is for to send it through to the works.
Nice.
And there's your ceiling hidden.
Thank you.
Alright. But for the rendering purposes, please switch your ceiling back on because you're going to be needing it.
Okay. Now I see what you're saying. That's the reason. Okay, it's very important.
It's incredibly important.
Yeah.
Right. So now with the rendering, there's a few things that we're going to need to do. We're going to have to set up the presettings. We're going to have to add lights, and we're going to have to add camera angles.
Okay. So you're preparing to capture the events.
You get your lights in to give you your physical lights. You get your angles to make sure that your angles that you view things are correct, and then you can just go and swap through them instead of going to have to look for the correct angles and such all the time. And we try and set the presettings up correctly from the get-go so that we don't have to go and modify it every single time.
Then I saw something new as well in 2025. You can do a walkthrough.
You can do a walkthrough from on most of the old versions, but it's an extra module that you need.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
plus to it. Okay. I can show you quickly how it works. It's actually a pretty cool thing, but for stuff like that, if you want to do those high-end renders, I would rather advise to go and look towards what's the word now? Vortex spaces. It's a partnership that we have. You'll even see here if I'm there, Vortex.
Under utilities.
Go to Xrender or utilities.
Oh yes, okay, I see that.
Vortex. So
who's Teva3D?
Teva3D, that is a separate another software that we just do not work with. And
Vortex, okay.
As well. Vortex we have a partnership with.
Right.
It's a designated rendering software, incredibly powerful, does incredible renders. And it allows you to do walkthroughs, so you can do virtual walkthroughs with VR that you can actually
that's what's called Vortex.
Yeah, you can actually go in and open up drawers and doors and all those types of things. Now it's integrated with Camera Vision, so you can sync your whole design through, pulls into Vortex, and you can go and run your renders.
Nice.
So if you want to do stuff like that, I would rather advise us to do it with Vortex because the capabilities in Vortex is a lot stronger than what Camera Vision can do.
Sure.
For your normal renders, Camera Vision is more than enough. It does exceptional. But for those high-end stuff like virtual walkthroughs and run-throughs and such, Vortex will be the way to go.
Sure.
It's not that expensive.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
All right. So first thing that we're going to have to do, I'm going to right-click anywhere on the open screen.
Right-click.
Properties.
Right.
Yeah. So now you'll see there's going to be a bunch of tabs here on top. Now CV has two ways of rendering. We have our CV render, which is just a standard CV render. And then we have X render, which is the main rendering that we're going to be using. Now under both, we're going to have a few settings that we can go and modify. So under CV render, under general, outline fill, on or off. So outline fill, just make sure that your corners and such where everything comes together is nice and flush, and it makes sure that it renders correctly instead of being blurry or like this speckle lines, distorted or however. Then under enhance, we can go and say watch enhancements on or off, just to enhance the overall quality of the render. Enhanced lighting.
Should that be on or should we?
You can switch it off for now.
Okay, it's off. Yeah.
Enhanced lighting.
Yeah.
That's to give us better lighting experiences, to make the lights look more natural.
So we say on.
You can switch that one on. Dithering,
Right.
you can switch on or off. Anti-alias, you can then switch higher or lower.
Okay.
Now, this is why I asked, do you have prior experience with photo editing? Because this works a lot like photo editing. Do you by chance play games? Not even that.
Doesn't even have time for that.
Because this is even like settings on games for your graphic settings and such.
Right.
All right. Then under ambient light, so you know what ambient light is?
Natural light.
It's your always present light.
Yeah.
Even in the darkness, there's that little bit of ambient light. You can go and switch that brightness on or off. And then headlight is for your main lights that we're going to be adding. What's the brightness of that?
Okay.
Okay. So that's just for your standard CD render. Then we're going to get to X render. X render is now the main rendering piece for Camera Vision. Auto refresh, I advise to switch it off. What auto refresh does is it refreshes in every few intervals to get your render to look better, but it makes the rendering time a lot longer.
Okay.
So if you have a high-end PC like yourself, and you don't mind waiting that few extra 5-10 minutes, switch it on. It's going to give you a better render. It's just going to take quite a bit longer because it's going to refresh constantly. Light geometry. You know what that is?
That's almost like pixelations, isn't it?
No. So you know what God rays are? If it's a cloudy day and the sunlight strips through the clouds, it makes that ray.
Yeah.
That's geometry.
Okay.
Other word for it is a God ray. So what that does is light geometry. It actually adds those rays to your lights. So if you have a down light, it's going to show like almost like a ray. So you can switch that on or off.
So what in this case, what do you
I leave
on?
mine. You can leave that on for now. Then under render, again we have anti-alias, light sampling, and reflection detail.
Default is 25 points.
Yeah, that's the default that it comes out with. Then under post-process, you see that image editing. That is probably
image editing, right.
That is probably one of the most important settings in this.
So it's got to be on.
Switch it on, and somewhere right now say set a system defaults. I'm gonna switch mine off. I want to show you what that does. Why it's always needed to be on. Because if that's off, your renderings are going to be for naught. Alright. Then we have tone mapping. Photographic, prompt, neutral, exposure, or exponential. That's just your different types of tone mapping that it can do. Then we have exposure, so light exposure.
So I would assume that this is from standard picture editing software.
It works the same. Most of your graphic settings works like this.
Okay.
Even in like games, if you set up your graphics and such, it works like this. It has almost the exact same options. If you set up photo editing, it has the same options. So it's photorealistic.
And performance based?
Performance based, the higher your settings are, the longer it's going to take, and the more performance cost it's going to get.
And depending on your system parameters.
Depending on your system, yes. Alright, so then we have exposure that we can set up higher or lower. We have our gamma settings that we can set higher or lower. We can set temperature adjust on as well. So you know how in the autumn it looks almost like reddish glow in the sky. In the winter it's a little bit more bright.
Yeah.
That's what you can do with your temperature adjust. So you can switch it on, and then you can drag the radial here at the bottom to modify your temperature adjust as well.
Okay.
For your white balance. If it's off, you won't be able to adjust that.
It's almost like your TV settings, though.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's photo editing. It's photorealistic editing. Then we have brightness. That's our overall brightness that we can modify higher or lower. Contrast, we can modify. Then we can add a burn effect to give it a little bit of burn effect. Not like flame burning, but like that reddish glow. Sharpen is to sharpen the lights. You can give it a little bit of a glow. And you can make the blur effect as well. You can add a little bit of a blur to give that foggy look. Right. Then under background, there's quite a few things that we can do here.
Right.
Under style, you'll see there's plain, graduated, or image. So under plain, I'll only be able to modify one color here. So you'll see there, that's under the back.
Right.
I can go and select a color that I want my background to be in my render. So if you look through a window, it's going to be
you can
that
see
color.
right. Or you can choose the image.
Yes, which we're going to be getting to now. So if I select style plane, I cannot modify the fore or the image.
Right.
Because it's locked. If I select graduated, I can select a back and a fore color. So I can go and select red and blue, and it's going to graduate from red into blue.
Right.
In my background. Then I can go for image. So image allows me to go and open up an image. No, keep it on image.
Yeah.
Then you go there to image at the bottom.
Image, yes, okay.
Then you can press down the three dots and you can go and open up an image, a JPEG or a PNG or whatever. And it's going to take that image and it's going to wrap it around your kitchen. So if you look out the window and you maybe have a mountain range image wrapped around, you're going to see mountains. If you have the ocean, you're going to see oceans. It's going to take, so it's good to have a rather wide angle image because it's going to take that image and it's just going to wrap it around your kitchen. Right. So you can go and add images as well to give you that nice look if you look through the window of the render or such.
So your client can basically send you their image of their outside.
They can, they can take
that's if you're getting to that point.
Yeah, they can take a panorama photo of the outside and then you can take that image and wrap it around. Right. For now, I'm just going to leave it on plain.
Sure.
And I'm just going to leave it on white. Okay. Then we have file. So under file, you'll see that if I go there to size, it's going to give me a few pixel sizes.
Yeah.
Now, I would much rather advise you not to use one of these default settings because it will crop or stretch or cut off certain parts of your render. I would rather say go there to custom.
Okay, you set the size of
width set to 1920.
1920
and height 1080. That is your standard 1080 pixel settings, and your renders will always come out then correct and proper. If you have a higher end PC, and I mean a beefy PC, and you have the resolution on your screen for it, you can set that up for 2K or 4K. So that's your 2500 by 1960 and those types of things. So it's much higher resolution. Your render is going to look a lot better and a lot more clean, but it's going to take a lot longer to render, and it's going to require a lot of performance from your computer. Right.
Or you're just burning that PC to work at its capacity.
Correct. Yeah. Whereas 1920 by 1080 is your standard PC resolution size. Works perfectly.
It runs normal.
And it runs normal. Right. It's still going to run a little bit high because it does take a lot of resources to do render. Okay. Once you've set this up and you're happy with the default settings, I can go ahead and say set as system default. That's going to save these settings for every single time I want to do or open up a new job and I want to do a render. Now, the nice thing with this is I can just go and tweak it as I need. Make a little change, save it. Make a little change, save it. And then with this, play around with it. Find the exact settings there that gives you the best render that it possibly can.
Or the picture you're looking for.
Yeah, the best rendering picture that you can get. And that's what I mean with, I can show you how these settings work. I just can't tell you what these settings has to be to give you a picture perfect rendering. Because what a picture perfect rendering to you
got to master it,
might not be the same as someone else. Everybody has their own preference. All right. Once I'm happy with this, I can go to real time. Where I can then go and modify headlights as well. Now these are all different types of renders, which I'm going to show you how they all work. I have brightness, my render and the alias that I can modify, and then post-process exactly the same options as edge render that I can go and modify. Right. Draw tool, you're not really going to use. It's a second North tab. That's for your grid spacing. That grid that you had on your design. That's where you modify that, but that doesn't have.
Is it 25.4 or is it 2.54?
It's 254. Okay. Right. But you're not going to use that. Yeah. So we can just skip that over. So that's your prerequisite settings for your renders.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
You can take that control.
You sure? Problem. Good day, speaking. Are you Chris? Great. I sent it through to our lady in the office. Give me 5 minutes. Let me just follow up on that. I'll call you back shortly. All right. On the samples, I'll follow up on that for you as well, Chris. Thank you. Thanks a million. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Ciao. Bye. It's Chris. I think you guys are dealing with him from Oak One Kitchens. He said he's got cabin vision as well.
Chris from
Oak One
Oak
Kitchens.
One.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
One second.
No problem.
Peter, will you kindly, if you can, will you kindly follow up with each other? You know, Chris from Oak One Kitchens. The patient he requested from me yesterday for the champagne. How far they with the petition? You got this one? Because I sent I wonder which. That's his card.
No.
He's Hook. Yeah, he's the one that said he's with Cabin Vision, and he was going to send me his files for manufacturing as well.
Maybe
he's got a different name, or I don't know.
No, it could be one of our old clients from before my time.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, they're not on our client list, so
Sure.
give that to Crystal.
Is it just one Cabin Vision supplier, or
for Africa? It's just us.
Why did we see someone else's name?
Where?
It's just your.
Right. So once I'm happy with these settings, I can now go and say set a system default, and I can say okay. Now I need to do a few more things. One, I need to add lights, and then I need to add my camera angles, and then I can start doing my renders. Now those prerequisite settings, you're going to set up your system default, and once you've gotten that settings that you like, you're not really ever going to modify it again. The one thing that you always are going to have to do for your kitchens though is set up your lights and your camera angles, because every single kitchen is going to differ from another kitchen, so you're going to need different lights, you're going to need different angles.
Or you add more light or less light and so on.
Correct.
Okay.
So how the lights work.
Yeah.
In my 3D view, you'll see here on the left there's an option that says lights.
Okay.
This is what we're going to use now to add our lights throughout the kitchen.
Right.
So I can now go here. You'll see there's an orange one. You can zoom in and out on this as well.
Yeah, right, okay, I see that.
Okay. You'll see there's an orange button. If you select it,
button.
Yeah, it's already selected.
Yeah.
You'll see here on the left, it designates the sunlight.
Ah, okay.
So that's the sun that Cabin Vision adds automatically.
So the orange is
sunlight.
And then I would assume the blue is...
The blue is the lights that we're going to be adding now. It does add you one light from the get-go that we can modify, but we can add more and remove them. Whereas with the sunlight, we cannot remove it. We can only switch it on and off.
So in a default setting, would that bring the light closer to a window, for example, or not? Or you change it accordingly?
Sunlight, we can't move the position of the sun. We can just change the angle that the sun is showing in.
Yeah.
And changing that angle, we can modify the time of day. Or does it have a lower angle to make it look more a little bit like late afternoon, early morning, and changing the angle. Treat it as you would see the sun in real life. Okay. So if you select it, we'll see here on the left. These are all the settings now that I can modify for that little light. I can now go there and say enabled, yes or no. If it's yes, it's day. If it's no, it's just the sun, then it's night. I can change the color to white, skylight, sunlight, fluorescent, incandescent, red or green. So we can go and say that
if I just choose sunlight for now.
Sunlight. Then I can go and change the brightness. I can change, does it cast shadows, yes or no. And then what's the position, vertical and horizontal. So with that, you can change the angle and the position of it. So you can put it straight down, middle afternoon. Put it a little bit more on an angle on that direction, late afternoon. Change it to the other direction, early morning.
And that will definitely change your whole rendering completely.
It will, yes, especially if you have windows and such in your design. That's why we specified on the test for A2, add windows.
So in the case where I've got no windows, in this case,
The sunlight won't have any effect.
right? Okay. All right.
It's going to be like a real life brick room. You're not
Yeah,
going to get any
yeah,
light
sure.
from outside
Unless I add the window.
unless you add a window. Right.
And how do I move the light?
You can't move it.
You can't move the light at all.
You can't move it. You can just change the angle.
Just change the angle.
Yes. Because remember,
Where
this
do you
is
change the angle?
here on the left, on the bottom, direction, vertical and horizontal.
Okay.
That changes the angle.
Great.
So, because remember, with the sunlight, it's not just a single light that just shows in that direction.
So it's just basically north facing now.
That will be north facing, yes.
Okay, so that's
Or
also,
in the
that's
direction
also important to look at the floor plan because it gives you an indication to which side.
on which side the sun's going to come up and such, yes.
Because you're designing accordingly to so that generally the light. I just need to do a little more reading on that vertical. Okay. But just in case we design something, so, but it doesn't look the same and blah blah blah. So okay, that's really important. Okay, so right.
Right.
Thank you for that.
So you can modify the direction there, or you can press here on the little dot in the beginning.
The three dots.
No. Close that.
Okay.
Check here on the light. You see that little dot there on the line in the front?
Yeah.
There you can click and hold, and you can drag and drop the horizontal direction that you want the light to shine in. You can't drag and drop it further. You can just change the angle. So pull it to the left or to the right, drop it. Now the sunlight showing in that direction. So you can change the direction there, and you can change the height that it shows on as well with the
up or down.
Yes, with the vertical.
So that's time.
Yes. So let's say the sun is here. You can change, does it show down there, or does it sunset
as the day progresses?
So then you can just turn it that way, or you can turn it this way using the vertical setting.
Wow.
Okay, cool. Once we're happy with the sun, you'll see there's a blue one. Now I see you have two for some reason. Just select that one quickly and just press there on.
Can I delete the light?
Yeah, right click on it, or it's supposed to give you that option there to delete.
Okay.
Just select it again. No, you're not selecting it.
No.
Okay, hold it in, drag it away, drag it to more of the center of the screen. Yeah, drop it. Why is that? Oh, nice quickly. I hope this is not a bug, because that's not supposed to be there. No. Just going to switch that off. I think that might just be a little glitch or something. Okay. So you'll see it does start you off with a light immediately.
In the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah.
So this light we can start off with now. If you select it, you'll see now I have all my settings on the left side. You can make the screen a little bit bigger as well if you want.
So this screen you can. This screen?
No, the whole screen.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay. So the first light that we got there now, we can have its options now here on the left. So first option is enabled, yes or no. Color, whatever light you need, color light you need to be. I'm kind of just going to leave on white light.
So even though we've got 4 walls, I can add 2 blue lights and I can still change the color.
You can still change all the colors.
If there's no windows, for example.
Correct. Yeah. You can still change your.
Because we sometimes have people putting this sort of ceiling and they want one white light.
Yes, that's why we have these lights, and I'm going to show you now how you can. We can put a light in like this. That's a directional light, the one that's currently in. Those are normal down lights, and we can add a spotlight as well.
Ah, okay, cool.
Right. So we can change the brightness of the light.
Change the brightness, yes, okay.
And then under beam, you'll see there's type.
The beam is type, yeah.
There I can now say, is it a directional light, which is a light like this black one over here.
Okay.
A point light is a normal down light, like the ones you have over there. Right. And then a spotlight is a spotlight.
And the designated light also creates different textures as well.
Different light of types of light. Okay. So, for instance, let's start with the directional light that's currently in. Right. This directional light, we can now go and change the height of it. So where does it sit? How high does it sit? Now, incredibly important. Just check here on the left, please. This height. Incredibly important. always make that lower than what your ceiling is. Otherwise, it's going to place the light above the ceiling, and that light will not affect the kitchen.
So if you bring them at the same height with the cabinets, they obviously cast different textures and shadows and stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
So we usually add this just a little bit below the ceiling. So if your ceiling is 2.7, add them on 2650 or 2680, just below the ceiling. Otherwise, it's going to place it above the ceiling, and that light won't have any effect on your designs.
Okay.
For now, I'm just going to leave mine on that because I'm not sure what my ceiling height is.
Sure.
Cast shadows, yes or no.
Cast shadows, yes or no? That will be yes, light.
Then we can change the softness of the light. If it's a soft or a sharper light. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see I can do with this light exactly the same what I did
with the sunlight.
With my direction.
Yeah.
I can change, because it's a spotlight, you can change the direction, the horizontal and vertical direction that you want changing. I can modify that. And then geometry. I can set it, does the geometry show in X-Render? Yes or no? And then what's the width of the geometry and what's the length? Oh, so nice. That's basically what's the angle, the width angle of the light, and how far does the light shine. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this light is I'm just going to drag it, and I'm going to place it here in front of one of my cabinets, wherever you want it to be. Okay. And then I can change the angle to where I want it to show.
Ah, I see that. Right.
Right. And that's then my first light added.
Yeah.
Now I can go and add another. I'm going to press here on the little green, or on the yellow globe.
Yeah.
I'm going to press that. You'll see it automatically adds me another light. Okay. Now that is a point light.
Unless you go and change it.
Unless you go and change it. But for now, I want to keep it on a point light just to show you what the settings on them are.
Right.
With that point light, that's the standard normal down light.
Okay.
There, I can now go and change enabled yes or no. What's the color? What's the brightness?
Enabled yes, right. Okay.
Right. Just press there on the beam.
On the beam, yeah.
Do it again. Sorry, because the geometry was flipped out. Couldn't see anything. It's a little bit.
Point light.
Right. Then I can go and change again my height. How high is it? So that's very high. That's going to be above your ceiling. Change that to about 2.5.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's very high. 2.5. So usually check there what's your ceiling height.
Sure. And then?
I can go and say, does it cast shadows? Yes or no?
Okay, mine says yes. Softness.
Softness of the light. And then for geometry as well, show an X-Render, yes.
Okay.
And then what's the angle or the diameter? So with a point light, what's the diameter that it's going to show?
Okay.
So there, I'm just going to set that to 300, just to make it nice and big. Okay, so point light, pretty easy to set up. This light now, I can go and place it wherever I need it. I'm just going to place it somewhere random.
Well, this one I can put over my. Why did you do that?
It's fine. I think you accidentally added two.
How do I?
Okay. And just drag and drop. Now you need to click it, select it, and hold it. Drag it, drop. I think your mouse might be doing.
So you right click.
Left click.
Left click.
Hold it in, and drop it. So that's the one you brought in. That was an extra one. So to delete the light, you can just select
put two on the.
Yeah, but you need to set that up.
Oh, you got to set it first.
As you see now, look at the height.
Yeah.
It's still not
2.5.
It's still not set up correctly. So we can put that one wherever you want, and we can show me use this one now quickly just to show you what the spotlight is. I'm just going to add another one. I'm going to make this. So you'll see now, I just want to show you quickly, it is a little bug that they're still trying to figure out. If I add a new light, it doesn't show all of the options.
Okay.
If you press once on the beam, it'll show everything else, then it refreshes it and it brings in through the stuff. So you'll see now, geometry is not there. Press on the
moment
beam,
I go to beam.
The moment you press the drop down for the beam, it refreshes it.
So I guess they're busy fixing up all this.
It's something that they're busy fixing, yes. There we go.
Okay.
There's your geometry.
There's the geometry.
Okay. So with this light, I'm going to, before I go and set up anything else, I'm going to go and change my type
to
the spotlight.
Oh, you mean to spotlight? Okay.
Right. Now I can go and say, what's the color? What's the brightness? I can change my height.
Okay, horizontal.
A little bit more under type.
Under type, yeah. Okay.
No, but change your height.
Give me 1 second. Directional.
Spotlight.
Spotlight. And then height. We went to 2.5.
Just set it down to 2.5.
Angle.
Then I can change the angle that it shows at.
Right.
Does it cast shadows? Yes or no? What's the softness of the light? And then what's the vertical of it?
And then show, okay.
So vertical currently. No.
Direction. Vertical is minus 90 degrees. Horizontal. Got that. Yep.
Geometry is. What's the diameter?
In what case you've got?
Change the diameter maybe to direction geometry. Why is my geometry not showing? There we go. Geometry we can leave, or diameter we can leave on 127. It's fine. Because it is a spotlight, so it does need to make a big light. Then I can take this light and I can go and drag and place it wherever I need.
That was the red one, eh?
Yeah, that's the red one.
So it's right click or left click?
Left click.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So that's the basics of adding your lights there. Now you can add as much lights there as you want. Give them all different settings with different brightnesses, different lightness, and whatever you need to get your lighting in the room correct.
Right.
Now, there's two more ways that you can add lights. This is for your overall lighting in your kitchen, but we can now go and designate lights under your cabinets, inside your cabinets, and such. So we can go and do something like that. We can do LED strips underneath the cabinets. We can do interior lights for your glass cabinets, those types of things. To do that,
so this is basically for room lighting.
This is just your room lighting, yes.
Okay, so that's designated into room lighting, and then you've got all right. So now comes the part where you've got the interior cabinetry lighting.
Correct. Okay. To do that works a little bit differently. So we can close this. We can just say close.
Okay.
Now we can go back to elevation. We'll go back to plan. Select somewhere this wall, I think. I think I would like it, and then go into the elevation. Yeah. So now you can go and add a beam or strip light there underneath those cabinets. To do that, if you right click anywhere on the open screen,
right click anywhere in the open screen, right click here,
you'll see there's that little add light option. Alright, there we go. If you press that, it's going to bring up this screen. Now I can go
properties.
Now I can go and give the name and the light a name. I can change the type. Now for this, a tube light usually works best because I can modify the width, the height, and the length of it.
Okay, so that's continuous.
Correct. So I can go and select the tube. I can change the color that I wanted. I'm going to make it a white light. Then enabled, yes or no. Cast shadows.
Enabled, yes. Cast shadows.
Add show in X-ray. As soon as I say
that light in
yes. As soon as I say OK, you'll see it's going to think for a few seconds. Don't click anything. There you go. Now you'll see, just move your mouse a little bit. You see there.
Okay.
It gives you a little red bar that you can go and place. I can now go and place that wherever I need it.
If I do that, okay.
There it adds the light. As soon as I place the light, I can go and select it again.
You can go and select it again. With your right click.
Why doesn't mine select me?
Mine as well. Oh, okay, now
there we go. Yeah. So user defined light. Okay, just don't right click, just left click on it.
Left click.
Okay, just press anywhere else and then click on it again. There we go. User defined light.
Okay.
Now I can go and modify it here on the left. I can change its position from the left, same as what I would do with a cabinet, from the left or the right. I can change the width of it. So width of it is the width of it, not the length. So I can go and say that I just want it to be
25
mm LED strip. And then the length of it, I'm going to make it mine just 750 because mine can be a little bit shorter. Right? Then I can go and change the horizontal angle, so I can rotate it if I want to. I can change the vertical angle. I can change the outset and the elevation. So you'll see now that light. I'll just do this quickly to show you. If you place it, it's going to place flush against the wall at the back. I'm going to struggle a little bit to see yours because your kitchen is quite big. Just change your render mode to wire mode. There you'll see it there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll see it places it always flush against the wall. So I can now go and use my outset values to go and place it here underneath the center of the depth of the cabinet.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if I go and select it, and I say my outset, I'm going to give it half of what my wall unit's depth is. So I'm going to say 300. And now that light will place a little bit more forward. So now it's placing on the edge in the front. I'm just going to change mine a little bit deeper because I don't want it that close. So I'm just going to say there 150. Okay. So that way you can go and add lights underneath your cabinets, on top of your cabinets. If you had like a little table lamp there, you can go and position it to be inside that table lamp to give it actually that feel of having a table lamp. And you can go and say the bulb, put that bulb inside the table lamp and you'll have an effect like that. Just placement. Right. The other way that I can add a light now, go back to plan view quickly.
What?
Select a, do you have an open cabinet there?
Yeah, I did. I've got these shelves.
Okay, but select an open cabinet.
I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, this one's open.
Okay. Go into that one.
One cabinet.
I just need to get me an elevation. I'm just going to take this one. It's my corner wall unit. That's open. Now I can go in this cabinet. I'm going to go to face view.
You go into face view, right?
Right click on the open screen.
Right click on the open screen.
Now you'll see at the bottom right, add light option
add light.
there again.
Right.
Now I can go and do the same there.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to take another tube light. I'm going to make it white light. Enabled show next render. And on the right here, I can change the brightness and the softness.
Yeah.
I'm going to say OK. That just places it immediately at the bottom.
Okay.
So now I can go here on the left. Left, right, up, down, in, out, length, width. I can go and change the sizes of it.
Oh, that's for the user-defined light position. Okay.
Yeah. And go and place it.
So I can choose either the left hand side, right hand side, up and down.
So you'll see it places there immediately on the corner there. So I'm going to go and say I want it. I'm going to change its size first. I just want it to be 300. Make it a little bit smaller.
So my one, I want the length to be
2.5.
500.
Left, right, it can go to the right with its own width. In, out. We can just put on 150. And then up, down. I'm going to put on 100. So you can go and place that light now like that underneath it. We'll try and place it there underneath the shelf.
Okay. So if I stand on this shelf, I'm going to see what the position was. 580.
So to find that placement values, just go to section.
Oh, okay.
Section interior.
Section interior.
Press there. And there. On the open screen. There you go. Then you know your height, 598. That's the spacing there. So you can move that light up by 580.
So your calculator is always available for you. You choose the light.
And plus with the up down 100 plus 580.
100, sorry.
Up, down.
Up, down. This here, eh?
No. Up, down.
Up, down. 100 plus.
Plus 580.
Okay, 680.
Okay, now it's a bit too high, so you can just minus.
We say minus 100.
No.
Okay, no, I was going to do that.
That needs to be 680 minus 100.
Okay, so you can do it that way.
There we go. Then you can move it a little bit more to the left or the right, using the left-right option just to get it nice and center.
How do you say, you can't put the value divided by 2?
It's only value divided by 2. Now,
No,
with these, I would rather advise to stay away from equations. It's just going to overcomplicate it.
Okay.
Just say there, plus
plus
20 moles. Just stay 20.
Oh, I see.
That moves it a bit more to the right.
Yeah.
And then you can just add those little values
until
it looks correct. And then if you go into 3D view, you'll see it places it at the back of the wall.
Where it needs to...
So we just need to move it a little bit forward. So there...
Back to face.
Yeah. What's the depth of the cabinet?
In this case it was 3... Give me a second, I know. This 300.
So we can go back, select the light.
Section.
No, face.
Light.
And then on in-out, we say 150. And then if you check in 3D view, you'll see it sits pretty much dead center underneath that shelf.
So would I use the same properties to do LED strip lights as well?
Then you can go and rotate that light to put it against the sides.
And then for the machining function?
The machining function for that, we're going to have to give you UCS to add those grooves, but we can set that up once we actually start setting up the machines.
Okay, cool.
Right. Now we have that light inside the cabinet.
Right.
So those are the main ways to add lights. You can go and add lights pretty much anywhere you want. It won't show physically there. It's just a light source.
Right.
So you can add those lights pretty much wherever you want. Now you can go back to 3D. Just give me 1 second.
No problem.
Grab a break real quickly.
Did you have breakfast?
Yeah. Okay. We can go back to 3D view. And then we can go into camera.
We can go into
3D view.
Right. 3D view, and we can go into camera.
Camera.
Okay.
Camera's going to do that now.
Oh.
Now see there's a little camera there that it places. You can select left click, and drag that camera and place it wherever you want in the room.
Okay.
That little camera is you. You can zoom in and out.
Right.
Now, with this camera, that's you. So you can go place you wherever you want it.
In whichever space you want to.
Yeah. Okay, maybe just zoom in a little bit better, then you can actually select the stuff there.
How do I center the room?
If it does that on this, you can't, unfortunately. But if it does weird stuff like that, just play around with it like this. Put your mouse in certain places and scroll in, and you'll see it angles it a little bit better.
Okay.
So that little camera you can now put where you want. That blue little circle that it gives you is the angle that you're looking at. So you can press and drag that as well. Then on the left, you'll see there's height. That's your height, or the height that you want the view to be.
I see. Okay, so that's basically your vertical height.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then your target height is the height that you're looking at. So I can go ahead there and say I'm 187, so I'm going to say 185. I don't need to be that tall. And I want to look at 1.5. So I want to look down a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Then your angle is the angle that you're looking at. So there I found that 75 usually works best.
75?
75.
Oh, it's wide, okay.
Yeah. And then that little blue, you can just drag and place it in the little blue circle.
Yeah.
Click and hold, left click and hold. And you can drag it in the direction that you want.
Oh,
to look.
okay. Shorter, longer, right.
No, but this as well. You can drag it in the direction that you want it to look.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you're pretty happy with the side that you're looking at, you can go ahead and say preview. It's going to show you like that. So I'm going to show you now something. I'm just going to make my height a little bit lower. There we go. Once you're happy with the view, you can go ahead and say close. Just put it back into texture mode.
Go back into texture. Oh, okay. That should give me, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you're happy with that view, what you can do now is you can go ahead and save this view. So you can right click anywhere, then you'll see there's an option there, save view at the bottom.
Yeah.
Save view. Press that. Give it a name. You can just call it view 1 for now.
Right. So, okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you now what that does. What I want you to do is go back into camera. No, camera.
Camera, yeah.
Go and change the placement of your camera.
My camera.
Yeah. So it looks somewhere else. Press on the blue to change the direction. And hold in the camera to change the placement of the camera.
Okay. Right. Go back to preview.
Okay, yeah. Then you can say preview. Then you're going to see it like that. So it's going to clip out a little bit there because you placed inside the camera.
Okay, so you got, right.
Right, so what you can do is go into camera.
Go back into camera.
Place the camera there.
Okay, place the camera here.
No, place it there in the dead center of the hole. Yeah. No, hold it in on the camera. There we go. There we go. Change that.
To in.
No, move that a little bit right. A little bit more left, so you can see these cameras. Okay. On the blue circle always. There we go. No, center. Yeah. Okay, preview. That should give you a rather good preview.
Yeah.
There we go.
I see what you're saying.
Then we can go ahead and say close. Right click again.
Right click.
Save view.
And then you save the view. That will save automatically as cheap.
Yes. Now we can say OK. The reason why we save those views, if I go and I do something else, or I go back to plan view, 3D view, and I go and make changes and such, I completely lost my view. I don't want to go every time to camera and re-get that view. I can go then here to the top there, where it says select. There's my two views.
In YouTube, okay, right.
And I can go and filter through my views there, the views that I want to see,
Sure.
And what I want to render. Okay, so that's the pre-setup for getting to the renders. Your lights, your presettings, your camera, and your views. That's all. All right. Once that is set up and I'm happy now with my view, I can now go here on the top to X render. And there's all of my rendering options now. So to show you quickly what these rendering options does is real time, you're not really going to use it, it doesn't do it. Okay. Advanced, if you go on the drop down, yeah, you'll see there's preview, full advanced, and save advanced. A preview just does a quick little render for you, just to give you an idea of where your lights are, what looks off, what looks odd. The full advanced does a little bit more of an advanced render. And then save advanced means it's going to do the render and it's going to save the image in the background on your desktop. Which one did you take now? Full?
I took the full advanced just to see what it does.
Now, this isn't the full rendering capabilities. We're still going to get to that.
It looks cool with the lights and.
Yeah. So there's your under counter light, your interior light. There's your spotlight. It's a little bit low. There's your other light. It's a little bit high. So this gives you the idea of where your lights are placed.
Right.
Just to get a quick.
So you got to get a quick visual and see what each.
What just needs to be modified, a little bit tweak and such. Then under architectural.
Yeah.
We have a preview architectural, full architectural, and save architectural as well. Architectural renders better than full or advanced. So if you do a full architectural now.
So currently I was standing in advanced.
Yeah. So you'll see a full architectural also takes a little bit longer.
No, I'm standing at advanced now. Let me just check what this does.
Or did you
Right.
press advanced again?
Yeah, I just did it re-rendered.
It's going to look exactly the same way that it did.
Okay.
If you
If
accidentally,
if I go into
yeah, but you can't redo a render while the
okay,
render is running.
it's still running. Yeah.
If you want to stop the render, you can just press there
Oh,
stop.
okay.
Okay. Go to the drop down under architectural, full architectural.
Wow. Sure, that looks good, right?
Not really. That looks kind of horrible. So you see how our lights are physically visible like this.
Mm.
You remember that setting that said show in X render?
Yes.
That's what that does. It shows the outline of the light like that instead of just a light source. So they will see now a full architectural does a little bit more of a decent, better looking render. Takes a little bit longer, but the render itself looks better.
So why are the people complaining and saying that this is not as powerful as Winger and ArchiCAD?
Because they don't put the preset up.
I mean, this looks even better than the one from
And
ArchiCAD.
it still renders better than this, which I'm going to be showing you now.
So if I take this image and I bring it in, it's going to look exactly the same.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. So
there's just your quick full architectural. Now, if you tweak your settings here on the left a little bit, you're going to get a little better image.
Sharper,
clearer, brighter, a little bit more gloomy, a little bit more weary, a little bit darker.
But we leave our designers to do that.
Yeah, they set that up as they go along. They find their specified settings, and this is the predefined setting that came out from what we did, the default settings.
So it changes a little bit which is the most.
Go and modify it here until you find how it looks correct there, and then just take those settings and go and save it in your default settings. Right. So you can modify with that as you need. Now, okay. So to do a full-fledged, proper, beautiful render, you're not going to use these options. Oh, yeah, and then you have cartoon, hand sketch, and patch drawing rendering as well, which is just
hand drawn sketch.
Yeah, just do a full hand drawn.
That looks cool.
It's a nice architectural sketch. But now,
so to show the client we can do this.
Yeah. You can just do a hand drawn sketch quickly. If you want to do a full-fledged render, you're going to go ahead and say there on CVX render. That opens up the back-end rendering cabinet. It's going to open up a separate window.
Wow. It's powerful.
This is the stronger version of the render.
So you don't always get this, or is
that's the X rendering model that you
paid extra for?
Correct. Now you'll see when it brings in the image, it's going to be in a pre-rendered view.
So when we got the actual designers, do we have to have this put in because that's what they want to have?
With the designing software, this usually comes included.
Okay. Right. Oh, nice.
If you take the standard design license. So now what I want you to do is go there so you can still go here now.
You
can edit the lights.
Oh, okay, right.
You can move around a little bit, but which I wouldn't advise. Keep to your views. You can flip there through all the views.
Wow, okay.
It's going to
view one.
It's going to take a little bit. Just go again. Okay. Go to view 2 here.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't want to flip through. It's fine. Go there to X render.
X render, right.
There you'll have advanced and architectural. Go and do now a full architectural. Now, this is going to take a little bit longer, and it's going, on certain times, depending on the size of the job, it's going to sound like your laptop wants to take off, because it's going to pull an incredible amount of resources from the computer, and that's why we usually advise an entry-level gaming laptop or such for the rendering specifically. And the nice thing about this as well, because this is external from Cabinet Vision, if it takes a while, press there quickly on the Cabinet Vision icon.
It's still
you can still continue working.
Oh, that's cool. That's
while
really
your
cool.
render
While you're in it, okay, that's why it's cool. Okay.
While your render is running in the background.
So that looks good, eh?
And it'll look even better once you get your prerequisite settings tweaked nicely. You get your lights figured out exactly how you like the lights to be, and those types of things. And that's what I meant with
So
using.
the basically the hard work is for you to try and import this stuff as clean as you can without any.
To set up
Yeah.
it how you like to render. I mean, that is still an acceptable render, but it can still look better if you just put that little bit extra effort into it. Figure out what settings works the best for you, what lights works the best.
Which pieces are the best to use? I mean, as this machine's got all the capacity.
Yeah,
that
your laptop is more
it's
than
got
enough.
overspec.
Yeah, it's more than right.
So this is now the full.
That's a full-fledged render.
It's not going to get better than this. This is this.
It's going to it can still get better than this with your settings, with your light placements, with your textures that you add, those types of things. But that's all user defined. You need to go and figure out what settings there works the best for you.
What color, right? Yeah, I see.
Right. So you need to go and tweak and play around with that until you find what works the best for you. All right. Makes sense.
Perfect.
Happy with that? Cool. Right. So rendering, other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
And
we're going to come back.
If I close, can I close?
Yeah, you can close that now. We're not going to use it again now. We're okay with this for now.
So if I have that on, does it slow my system down?
If it's running in the background and you're doing high-end work on the foreground, it is going to affect it a little bit.
So you want to save it, close it, and
yeah, you can run it while you're busy here.
Yeah.
Once it's done, you can export those images and then you can bring them in with your two drawings, which we are going to be getting to next. Right.
Very cool.
But we're going to be coming back to rendering now because it has a big impact when we start getting to drawings.
Oh, I see.
We're saying through our drawings, items, and such.
Right.
But yeah, for the rendering itself, I think that's it. So what I think is we can take a quick lunch break.
Yeah.